Hey Beauty Tribe, this is your girl Veronica G with Amplifying Beauty, and I am coming to you with a lash lift tutorial. I am trying to get the camera set up right, but let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So I'm going to start off with using the bigger eye pads up under the eyes. I don't put them too close to the bottom lashes only because I'm going to go in with a smaller tape so I can isolate the bottom lashes from the top lashes. Another reason why I do this is that because it's helping the tape that's going to go on top stick to the eyelash pad below, so it's not just sticking to skin. Because if the client's eyes start to water, the bigger eyelash pad tends to help me out, and it kind of helps it stay in place. I was going to delete this part, but I'm going to let it go, continue to record, and I'm going to show you what I did wrong if you don't already see it. But I'm going to go in and I'm going to make sure the eyelids are clean, because if you're going to apply the rollers on top of it, then you want to make sure you have a nice clean surface. So I do have solution on this Q-tip. I know it looks dry. Now that I've cleaned off the eyelids, I'm going to let them dry a little bit, but I am going to now try to find an applicator that best fits her eye. It's going to help me lift her lashes and also curl them. So that's what I'm doing at the moment. Alright, so I believe I found the applicator that's going to work best for her. So now I'm just placing it, making sure it's fitting, making sure I have all of her top lashes in front of and up under versus on the side before I start to glue them down. Just making sure everything is right. So now I am going to attempt to place them to glue them down. So after I'm seeing that I'm trying to glue it down, I'm also noticing that this is the mistake earlier. The mistake is that I put the tape too close to the lash lid, which is making the lash water, and you can see the tape coming up. So I have to take it off, dry it, and reapply it. And just my luck, I see that this part just wasn't going right, so I had to take everything off and kind of re-tape it again. This did not hurt the client at all, but you have to make sure that this foundation is right, especially if you don't want any interference with the bottom lashes and you really want them to come out really good and you want the client to be comfortable. Alright, so now that the tape is fixed, the client is back comfortable. Now I can continue to glue the applicator onto the eyelid and make sure the lashes are isolated from the bottom lashes as well. And also you have to make sure that the position of the applicators that curls the lashes are in a good position. That way when the lashes do curl, the lashes will curl along the eye shape and not in an awkward way. So now I'm going to attempt to glue the lashes to the position, and you want to make sure you pick up all the lashes, every single lash. That's why I like this tool. It helps me get every lash that I can. Another thing that can help you out is if you allow the glue to dry just a little bit, it'll help you out. So I'm noticing that once I'm pulling the lashes up, they're starting to come back down because her lashes are so straight, and they were a little bit trying to get clumped together. So I'm using this tool that actually comes with it. One side is combed and the other side is flat, but it allows you to help the lashes get separated and for you to get them all combed up in the right direction. And you'll see at the top of the lashes where they're actually curl, I'm actually swooping them to the middle of the lash. So I'm like swooping the insides into the crease of the applicator, and I did that to the outside. So I'm going to do the exact same thing to the opposite lash. the hair secured, I am going to apply the first step to the lifting process solution. So with this applicator, you want to make sure not to double dip into your solution, just to keep it the freshest, because it'll start going bad fast if you double dip. And as you can see, I'm only applying it to the base of the lashes, not over the whole lashes. And I am going to cover it up with just like a little saran plastic wrap, just a little bit, just to cover over the eyes, just to help the process go a little faster. But you also want to pay attention to how long you leave the solution on, because everybody's hair type is different. It does come with instructions, but it is also to a judgment. You have to keep in mind, the thicker the hair is, the coarser the hair is, the little bit longer you leave it on. The thinner it is, it doesn't have to go that long. So this is a little trick that I like to do when I feel like the lashes are almost done processing through the first step. I like to take the little comb and gently comb the bottom of them. Just gently, because remember, it's still glued onto the applicator, the roller applicator, the lifter applicator. But this is a trick that works for me because it helps me check the density of the lashes, and it also helps me figure out how much more time I may have to go as well. Like I said, this is a trick for me that I use. You can try it if you want to see if it helps, but it really helps me out. I completely forgot to show you how I removed the first solution and applied the second solution, but it was the same way how I applied the first one. I will show you how I removed it when I removed the second solution. So now it's just a waiting game for the lifting process. Alright, it's time for us to remove them. So all I did was get a 4x4 dry, fold it into two, and just started wiping off the solution. I tried to get off as much as I could to make sure it was clean, and now I'm going to go back into it. This is the way that I do it, and this works for me. But I'm going to apply the oil first, only because the oil does help loosen up the lashes from the curler. Alright, so now that I see that the lashes are freeing up, I am going to go on with the cleanser on a Q-tip and just remove the eyelash curler applications. Make sure you don't use a lot of glue when you first apply these, because it can leave a lot of residue, which makes it harder and longer for to take it off. So I'm just combing through the lashes because they have the nourishing oil on it, and I just want to make sure the lashes are saturated with it. Not too heavy, but just a little. But they're already looking amazing. I cannot wait to you guys to see her eyes open. I noticed that she had a little more glue still left on her eyelid, so this is just me going back in with the cleanser and wiping it off. But now I'm going to remove her eye pads, and y'all are going to be amazed because these are her natural lashes, and I believe this before and after is insane. One thing I want you to remember is that with the lashes, because you have oil on them, they are going to look a little wet. But if you just brush them a little bit, I normally use a fan, and they come out looking super full, and they tend to separate. But this is the before, one more time, and then this is the after. Look how beautiful her lashes look. Like, they are to dream for. So they have been lifted to the gods. You guys can always find me at Amplifying Beauty on IG and Facebook. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. See you later.